Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I provided my PayPal QR. Please be a channel supporter and give. Enjoy the show.
All right, it's jumped up to 104, but Google's reading at 106 Fahrenheit. We're about 191,852 miles. Temperature is 104. We're not on Mercury or anything like that, so it's pretty hot. You can see how the sky is right now. It's 106 degrees Fahrenheit according to Google. So my car may be reading it wrong. Oh, no, it jumped back up. All right, it's reading it correctly. Oh, jumped up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is reading it correct. It just had to adjust itself. All right, we're headed to DFW Horizons. They have been working on 121 with laying down new tar, probably is what that is. Have an opportunity coming up starting tomorrow, so we'll be going on kind of a new itinerary, also known as adventure route. Okay, we'll have to, I'm gonna keep it kind of hush hush because last time I was kind of blabbed a lot about the A.D.W.C thing, so this one I'm gonna keep kind of a little quiet, and then if I do well at this next thing, then I might eventually talk a little bit about it, but we'll have to see. See the tar on I do highly recommend Indeed. Indeed, as in they have an app, and they also they hunt you down for work like really quick. They are gonna cramp up your emails, but I've never used them really that much until this last few months or so. I've got really good opportunities coming through, and they look at your resume. There's a little AI that goes on a little bit, but they do a lot of follow-ups too. So they'll get back with you, and then they'll urge you to send a letter, which only takes like a couple of clicks on the button, you know. So Indeed will send you an email after in a lot of cases after you've gone out there to look for a job, and then they'll have you do a follow-up at times where, you know, you press on a button, it has a template that's already written for you. You know, it's pretty generic, you know, just checking in, want to make sure everything, you know, what are the next steps I need to do, kind of thing. I don't know the exact script on it, but it's something like, what else do I need to do, you know, basically to get the job, kind of thing. And that's like a follow-up. So a lot of them don't really do those kinds of things, and they're all competing to be the best, you know. And Indeed could be one of the best. Facebook's good too, you know. You can look on Facebook. I've done it too for different job positions and stuff, but they're not as I'm not really like comparing the two really, because Facebook is mostly social media, but people sell on Facebook Market. But Indeed is good, and I just wanted to say that because I found one really good job. I had a really good opportunity with A.D.W.C, which stands for American District Telegraph. They've been around since like 1874, you know, a few years after the Civil War, when the telegraph was like invented, and then they eventually became a security company, and they're like the largest in the world. Most all these companies use them and everything. But because of the timing, and it was in the middle of the month, it just wasn't a good fit at that time. And so, but I have another opportunity coming up again. Okay, I'm giving credit to Indeed, of course, but I don't know how sound it is, and I'm, you know, like I said, I'm not going to really blab about it. But you know, it could be enough for me maybe to get a better camera, a little bit of funding to throw around this werewolf script. And if I did do a short or something like that, maybe eventually down the line, I could afford the festival fees to enter it into a festival, so it becomes something. My internet movie database has been stuck on 2019. It's just, you know, I could put down the Please Subscribe show on it, and I eventually will probably, and I could put that down for each year. So it's kind of like I've left cinema a little bit, went to like YouTube, you know, which I wasn't really heavily in cinema. I was just doing small little stuff, but it was still considered what they were trying to do, like Hollywood classicism or movies, you know. And this is something new. It's more like social platform kind of stuff, or social network almost, in a way. It's a platform. You know, YouTube is more than just entertainment. Yeah, you can get movies on it, but it's also, you can like, it really does everything. It's Google based, you know. It's like a community. But anyway, so I'm going to keep it kind of quiet because I want to make it work. So you may see what looks like door-to-door kind of thing, and that's just me in the neighborhood kind of going around and stuff like that. But I'm not going to really talk about things until I feel like it's something that I understand, and it's something that I feel like I can talk about. So a lot of times I leave things up in the air, you know, and I just kind of, I go with it. I don't always spoon feed you every single thing. I let you kind of figure out. That's what I kind of like about my channel, and I kind of look at my channel. I don't spoon feed you everything. I'm not going to tell you everything that's going on all the time. Now, if we're at Walt Disney World, of course I'm going to say Walt Disney World, okay, and then we're there, and I'm going to be talking about it, or something like that happened. Or if we go to a distant island and stuff, I'll probably be talking specific. But I don't always just tell you everything, because I just leave it, you know, for interpretation. After all, it is film and media, so it is something that's happening. So it's like a moving picture with sound. I mean, what more can you say, you know? But I did do a reading. I did lose 52 minutes of a vlog that I really was
proud about, and I'm very upset. It makes me want to cry. I had some really cool dark shots, very noir shots of Linda and I in the car with lights going by, and I was like, oh, this is it. This is great. Lost it all. Gone. And I'm sure it's happened to every filmmaker, you know. It's a sad situation. But, you know, you just pick up, move on, and maybe there'll be another time to get those noir shots. And I've got a lot of noir shots later. It's just there was a couple of good moments, and then we did this like long, it was like a long shot, they call a long shot of Cole's, you know, it's a wide frame panoramic kind of looking thing where we're walking up to Cole's and we walk back, and I really like that, you know. But I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I erased the footage before I could export it. Rarely happens, but sometimes I send like 3 or 4 of these up a day. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I mean, regardless of whether I do super well at a company or not, you still learn a whole lot from being part of a company about time management. You learn, if you're doing door-to-door sales, you learn about economizing almost everything you have, and of course until you make the sale, and then you have to go back again and start ground zero and work your way up again, you know. That's how all sales positions are. Even in acting, you know, and I was always told by my teachers that the audition never ends. The actor is always looking for the next job, you know. I really like these Brat hot dogs. But sorry about that. Turn the steering wheel. Parked right there. The steering wheel, but you know, it's just the way the business is. It's very similar to sales. Acting is. It's almost the same thing, really. It's very similar. Now, there are some differences. I would say the actor is probably a little more humane because they understand the salesman. But they kind of have to sell it, you know. There's no business like show business. There's no business like that. They do have to sell it. And if they push too hard, you know, and you kind of see that kind of thing. And sometimes they have to eat hot dogs, you know. I mean, when in Rome, as they say. I thought it was funny the other day that Linda said she called it Roman noodles, which they may have, but she was trying to say ramen noodles. That's what I like about her. She's more about kind of the motion and the movement and the attitude than rather than getting the words right, you know. Who needs to get the words right all the time? You mess up. I mean, if you're going to vlog, you get to the point where you have to stop and start, and get everything perfect. And that's how cinema is, really, you know, because they have to get the right, they have to please the writer. Well, we're going to say, well, we just meant to do that. You know, we meant to say that wrongly. You don't see a lot of that in cinema, too. know sometimes he lands on Terminal C, but the last time I checked, he is in California. So it's a real good chance that when he comes back, you know, across from west to east to Florida, a real good chance he'll be landing in DFW. It's just, you kind of have to watch his vlog, see how he is towards the end of the vlog, and see if he makes any updates that he's going to be traveling. Usually he does, but once he does it, you know, he doesn't always say. So it would be cool to kind of like time it, or if he left a comment, I could do an interview with him. I know he's got a busy schedule, but within 30 minutes, it's not too bad. And usually there's a 30-minute layover, and there's a lot of little coffee shops and things like that, DFW, like Starbucks and things like that. Of course, he'd have to pay for the coffee, but look at this. Check out this car right behind me. It's pretty cool. I don't really drink a lot of coffee, so I'd be okay with just a water with lemon. Little 30-minute interview. Not like documentary sake, more for vlog sake. I know I did a few mini docs, but I don't know. I'll have to see. Probably get a little bit of attention. I probably would get a little bit of attention. I mean, probably a few thousand views, probably maybe a little bit more. I know that there's some people that do interview him, like Scott on Tape and things like that. They usually get higher views because he brings in a lot of attention. Lots of attention. Looks like someone left their courtesy cup right here. Alright, 37, we're kind of like over that way.
The best shopping options in the world. If you're just passing through, come back and spend some time with us. Through a TSA screening checkpoint of any airport is prohibited by federal law and regulations.
And I was searching other
Sorry about that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. Appreciate it. Probably have to go like sideways like this here. Oh, do you mind if I use this right here? Appreciate it. Someone just offered me their dart card, so. Okay, all the way from Vegas. We're listening to Babyface Ray and V's. I guess start in Dallas. So he says Vegas is crazy. And I've been to Vegas once. I got to go to Paris Hotel, check out Steak, Gordon Ramsay. But I don't know. young kid coming into Dallas. He's gonna get a start here. Not a bad place. It's right off Coit. But I told him, Dallas is pretty crazy, but maybe not as bad as Vegas. I don't know. He says they have those self-driving cars out in Vegas called Wayvo. This is all crazy. All these robots driving around. Not that that's a, he's probably found something here. I don't know. Straighten up there, kitty. That right there is Texas A&M AgriLife. It's in Dallas. They do agriculture studies and things like that. Study of plants and all kinds of stuff for A&M. Let me see it. When we out here, there's a Spirit Halloween over here. I know my schedule is going to be kind of crazy coming up here. So I wanted to kind of just peek in real quick. I know it's September too, but just kind of look around a little bit. The Spirit Halloween. So this is a Spirit Halloween that's not too far from Coit Road. It's like Coit Road's down that way. We're kind of in Dallas / kind of Plano. So we're gonna check it out. It's Spirit Halloween. There's some information on if you're looking for work. They've got a QR. Now open. We're hiring right now. So. Spirit. All right.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Probably gonna head out because there's too much copyright music with this man's possessed friend. Got a bunch of like severed heads and hands and things like this right here. There's some doormats right here. Welcome, y'all float too. Kind of craziness. All right, yeah, kind of a smaller one, not really huge or anything, but still it was here. I just thought I'd peek in for a second, look at a few things. I'd be like battling with taking out a lot of the commercial music that's playing overhead, so a lot of times I kind of avoid some vlogs that have that because I don't really have time a lot of times just to mute everything, and I don't know, copyright claims you have to be kind of on top of it, but still it looks kind of a cool one. It's smaller. It's right here in this Target parking lot. Target's over that way. Not bad. Got a couple snacks. Got these things called chomps. It's like a beef grass-fed finished beef, taking care of busyness, and then these things are called Monster. I don't know, favorite today. It's basically like trail mix. So. And they're all the way from New York City, or New York, Empire State. All right, you guessed it. Welcome back to the Please Subscribe show, probably part 2. Because I have usually 1, 2, or 3 acts. Of course, the other night when Linda and I were at Cole's, we had 52 minutes of vlog that I accidentally erased, so you didn't have to go through that. It was only a 2 act rather than a 3. All right, don't know why, but it's just kind of my thing. We're gonna be heading down this way towards a filming location, which I have not quite figured out yet. Whoop, there goes my pen. Becoming a normal thing in the show. I'll worry about it later. This is Mike Judge's movie that he did, or he got on this area, and I haven't figured out exactly where because I have to watch the first clip. It's like the first very scene, and it's called Office Space. It has Jennifer Aniston and Ron Livingston. I hope I'm going the right way. Okay, I am. Now, I've considered the fact that it may have been done on the tollway, on the other direction, going like that rather than this way. But it is the Galleria area, that he filmed that first scene. It's like the first shot. When it's playing that music, it's kind of Office Space style music, and Ron Livingston is like stuck in traffic. Well, Peter Gibbons, I think is his character, is stuck in traffic, and he's like, you know, kind of mad. And there's all these other characters that are in the movie that are stuck in traffic as well, and it shows them, you know, and going to different areas. Anyway, you can see the top part of the building right there. It's a Galleria. It's really cool. You go to the Galleria. It's like one of the biggest malls in Dallas, if not the biggest mall in Dallas. It's huge. It's like 3 or 4 levels high. It's got a huge skating rink in the center of it. Anyway, that's the building they use right there. It probably was shot maybe mid-morning, is what I'm guessing, to make it look kind of normal, like a normal morning, maybe early morning, I don't know. But there's a lot of sunlight in the show, so it's probably mid-morning. The footage that he took, it looks kind of bland, and it's definitely that building right there. But I don't know for sure if it's what we're on right now, which is 35. 635, sorry. We're on 635. But it's definitely that building right there. And I think it may be this angle. It looks familiar. And then there's a few buildings right there. But I've considered it, is it the tollway that way? And I don't think so, because you go under the bridge here, and there's a sequence where you can see the bridge where you would go under the bridge. I should go and watch this thing. I know you can usually watch clips of it for free on YouTube, the opening. And then everything else was shot in Austin and Florida, that's what I heard. I don't know if it was Austin or Florida. I've heard rumors on it. There's there's one of them. There's that building right there. I think maybe a few of these buildings too. It might have been this highway. It's hard to figure out though. I'm gonna have to do more research on it to figure it out completely. There's not a whole lot of more. Like, I mean, there's not there's not more buildings. Is what I'm trying to say. Proper English. There's not more buildings that have been added. Not a whole lot. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they didn't add tons of more buildings, but it is a lot of traffic in this area. That's why he chose it.